Oh, it is Monday night, ladies and gentlemen. Since there's no football, I know you're hanging out with us on Cageside Live. My name is Eddie Law, Alex Behunin, doing the damn thing. First of all, the newest resident of Las Vegas, Nevada, our boy Alex, finally making the dream work. How you feeling there?
Good, man. It's good. It's been kind of warm the last 2 days, but my house is pretty well insulated, and it's been nice and cool. So I'm cool.
Yeah. Now you and I are in the same fucking climate, so that works out. Now I can bitch you about the heat. You can bitch me about the heat because we have the same one now.
Exactly.
For those that don't know, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. We have the same fucking weather, so that's how it goes. Anyway, all right. So UFC Vegas 54 this last weekend. Alexander Rakic against Jan Blachowicz in the main event. You were actually there for that whole week. Going into media day, man, like. Because we know how the main event went. Rakic suffers a knee injury. Sounds like MCL, LCL possibly, from what I've heard or seen online and everything. Was there any indication that maybe Rakic was at 100% coming in on Wednesday?
Nothing. No. There was no. He didn't do any sign. He was super confident, which makes the situation kind of suck. I think Helwani just reported that he tore his ACL in his right knee. So now he's torn his ACL 3 times, twice in the left and then once in the right knee. So I think he needs to get a new knee.
Yeah, he might as well rebuild the whole thing. And he's only 30, right? He's pretty young.
Yeah.
That really, really sucks. So he's probably be out for a year plus. That's the whole surgery, rehab, and everything. He's gonna be out for a long while probably. Now, on the other end of that, Yango comes out with a win, and him and Glover going back and forth on Twitter. Glover's like, "Hey, man, I win in June. We could do the rematch, bro. What's up? What's going on with that?" So, what is your view on that? Do you think we actually? I mean, first of all, Glover has to hold his end of the bargain. He's got a tough fight ahead of him. But should we get the rematch? Do you think it goes any different than it won the first time?
Maybe. I think he's probably shoo-in for a number one contender, but the other one is Ankalaev versus Anthony Smith, and I think if Ankalaev goes out there and finishes Anthony Smith, he could maybe leapfrog Jan. And then there is Anthony Smith on the other hand, who's on a streak of his own, and if he goes out there and finishes Ankalaev, he could leapfrog everybody. And there is that history with Glover and Anthony Smith, with Glover knocking out his teeth and shit. So
he apologized for it too. He's like, "Sorry, bro, this is the job." I'm like, "Damn, that's cold."
Yeah, but all this is just conjecture because Yuri's gonna chin Glover.
Which is funny you say that because what's up? Toast says Glover isn't winning.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, I'm an older fan. I'm only 36, so I'm not old. I'm still pretty young, but. I relate well with Glover, being the old guy on the mat sometimes, feeling like I'm getting my ass whipped by 20 and unders at jiu-jitsu all the time. It's like, come on. So when Glover won, I felt a little bit better about myself. So I'm rooting for him to win. But yeah, I think Yuri's gonna end his night pretty quick too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Going to the comments real quick. Let's see. Toast was first. Coach McGurk was good, saying second, and you were third. And then Coach says, "Do you think it has something to do with talking about Rakic? Do you think it has something to do with Jan checking the kicks well, or was it just an unfortunate injury? Jan was checking kicks really well, and Alexander was not checking kicks at all. He would just turn his leg and eat it."
Yeah, I mean, I think it had something to do with that, but I think one of his training partners said that Rakic hurt his knee during training camp, so it was probably all of it.
Yeah. No, when I saw him, when he takes a step back and you can see the pop in his knee, you physically see like the ligaments go basically. And I've seen that in basketball many times. In any sport, non-contact injuries are the worst because you came in injured already, whether you knew it or not. So when I saw that injury go down that way, I really did think that he. I mean, my first thought was he was already injured. So and he just took a risk. Marcus Mustard, that's a name. What's up, dude? Pretty interesting fights from the Apex last Saturday. You know where the fights are this Saturday? Apex. You will be there as well.
Apex.
Yeah. Daniel says, hope Yuri wins as it's a fresh blood, but if he gets taken down, he won't get back up likely. He won't get back up easily, but honestly, I don't think he's going to get to the floor in the first place. That guy scares the shit out of me, first of all. All right, he looks like a chiseled god, and then he's got a fucking ponytail on the top. Like, he's just scary looking.
It's a fucking samurai, bro.
So nuts, dude. All right. Other fights, I'm just going to pull up the card here so everyone can just take a look while we're working on this here.
Bro, Ryan Spann was
how?
So, dude, for media day, he would not give us shit.
So
at all. At all.
I was laughing. I was like, "What the fuck? This is Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch would have been more fun."
Bro, yeah, there's some fight like him, Uriah Hall, Khalil Roundtree. Like during media day, they are like one-word answers. So it's just like it's like frustrating. Like, bro, like I don't know. I mean, I get it. Like talking to media can be fucking annoying. So, but I was happy that he got the win, and it's crazy because so many people picked Kutalaba to beat him, and I just didn't see it. I didn't see that at all. And then after in his post fight interview with us, I mean, he was a little bit more lively, but he was kind of still super serious.
He really did insinuate a lot into his mental health. He was like, I gotta get out of my own way. And the post fight, he talked about like, hey, yeah, cool, I'll be back in a little bit, but I gotta go work on my mental. It was something like that. It's a rough quote, but he's talking about I gotta work on my mental and all that. That is a theme we've seen quite a bit, not only in professional sports and in college sports, but in fighting in particular. We're talking Uriah Hall. We're talking Khalil Roundtree. We're talking about. I mean, you got that infamous clip now that kind of everyone just took of Khalil talking about being a 300-pounder. So, yeah, it's that kind of thing for real. Now I'm trying to see. Did you freeze or did I freeze, Alex? Let's find out. It might have been me. Oh, Alex froze. So I'm still here. All right, Alex froze. Give him a minute. He'll be back. Yep, he'll be back in a second. Let's get through some of the comments here while we wait for Mr. For him to come back. MMA Household with Steven and Toast. Here's the funny thing for episode seeing. I didn't get to, unfortunately, Toast. I didn't get to meet you and your son at 274. It just got crazy. But you guys have gotten a lot of attention, which you definitely deserve, man. You guys have really, Alex froze. All right. You guys have got a lot of attention. Dude, keep that shit going, man. You guys got something there for sure. And I know your boy wants to get into podcasting, so just keep it going. Span looked good. Kutalaba could not hold him down at all. See, look, Kutalaba tried to shoot on him and then getting caught in that I think it ended up being a guillotine, and it was a power guillotine on top. What's the difference? So in the guillotine, regular guillotine, you arm through, get on the choke, get it on where the artery is and everything. Choke, right? What Ryan Spann did is he grabbed his own hand and then brought his opposite elbow. So this is the choking arm, and you get the gable grip, whatever grip you prefer. I prefer gable grip myself, and you get the other elbow over like this over the back of the head. It is so tight. I mean, you talk about let's just say this is the space between his neck and the arm. It makes it like this. It's really, really tight. What up?
Bro, fucking
Yeah.
Vegas Wi-Fi, bro.
It's all good. I was just explaining the power guillotine that Ryan Spann used on Ian Cutelaba when he shot in on him. But real quick, going back to the mental health thing, he's centered in mental health. Uriah Hall's talked about mental health before. Khalil Roundtree, the infamous clip that you got about him being a 300-pounder and thinking about ending it and everything, which, by the way, you motherfuckers everywhere that stole that clip, eated it. But because that was our boy, he got that shit. And it was the exact clip. Don't think I didn't notice that shit. Anyway, but this is a new thing in fighting. Like a lot of, back to when I was a kid, shit, it was all about fighters are tough. They don't show emotion or anything. This is the new leaf. I'm not gonna say it's a negative thing, but do you think there's like a negative part to that? Because I mean, the positive is obviously healthier, better life, better performance, and everything. Do you think there's a negative side to it? Something like an opponent can use against them from it?
I mean, maybe like a Colby Covington or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, or just like some douchebags. But I think athletes talking about mental health is super. I like it because it makes it relatable. Because there are people out there suffering from depression, suffering from mental health issues, and with fighters and athletes talk about it, it makes it a lot more relatable, and like you connect to them on a human level, So like, I appreciate when fighters do that.
Yeah, it's a very refreshing when you see a fighter open up a little bit. Like not all of them are rough and tough guys and everything. So or girls. So yeah. Getting some of the comments here. Superman was a great win. Ian should have done his Hulk face paint. He didn't do any face paint this time, right? Right?
No.
He's supposed to be white. I think you asked him about the green paint.
Yeah. And like his face-offs are cool, right? And like they're entertaining, but like they're gonna get old really quick if you keep losing, like
Right. That's true. That's true. No, it's a good point. What else we got? Toast saying I did not see that fight going like that at all. Yeah, look, Ian he's trigger happy, went for it. Let's see what else we got. We'll talk about that fight here in a second, Marcus. The Philly fighters. There's a lot of fighters from the old days that were suicidal, true. And the fact that they can feel comfortable talking about it now may prevent suicide situations that we saw from the old days. 100%, man. I mean, there's like the suicidal guys, which is very scary and unfortunate. But we're also talking the other, I guess, a different spectrum of it, which would be like, who's that cat that? Mayhem Miller. Like Mayhem Miller is one of those guys you worry about him because it's like, what is going on?
Right.
Let's see. It's always great to see athletes open up about mental health, and they have a huge platform, and mental health affects a lot of people. It's just like you were saying. So, all right. They're asking to talk about the first fight of the night. So Nicholas Maximov, hurt my feelings by getting subbed that fast, taking on Andre Petrosky, the Nick Diaz Academy prospect. You guys want to see? Yeah. The Nick Diaz. Look, I got to give Petrosky a lot of credit for catching him in that. And when he got the front headlock like that, dude, I didn't think it was tight at all. And then he anaconda the shit out of it. So, what was the? You got to see that one, Cageside, right? Did you go to that one?
Yeah.
What was it feeling like inside? Kind of like, because that's the biggest underdog in the entire night.
It kind of just like it set the card off really well, but also like it kind of like the energy on for all of the people who showed up for Maximov, because actually there was quite a few Diaz fans in there, kind of just. Ooh, the air just kind of just went out of the apex. But I don't think it's that Nick Maximov isn't good. I think it's just Andre Petrosky is a lot better than we think he is, or than like we thought he was. I think he's super talented.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Petrosky called that Gerald Mearshart after the event, talking about he didn't like that he asked for the easiest fights with the most money. First of all, why wouldn't you like that? That's exactly what I would want. But unfortunately, he didn't get that fight. Gerald Mearshart is taking on, Bruno Silva, who nobody wants to fight. That's amazing. This guy takes any fight that nobody else wants. Toast says, how you feel about that being Diaz Army, Eddie? But Maximov, you got to look. No one goes undefeated unless you're Habib. You know what I mean? Or Mayweather. So I think he's going to learn a lot from this. He's going to take it real serious. And then, I mean, if I know that, if I know anything about the Diaz camp, is they get pissed about losses, but they work on it. So let's see. He'll come back better. It's just to be seen how much better he will be. Let's see. Andrea Petrosky looked good, 100%. And yeah, Thug Rose has shared her story and positive messages a little. Right. She definitely has. All right. What's another fight on the card that you think we should touch on? Oh, Jesus. Michael Johnson got robbed of a bonus.
My guy, Michael Johnson. He was good. The Japanese fighter, Tatsu, he's fucking.
Tyra.
Tyra's fucking phenomenal. You want to touch on the Andrea Lee situation?
Yes, absolutely. In a second, but it just reminded me of something. Michael Johnson, to go back a little bit, he was talking about he went to a dark place. And obviously you were in the post fight, so you got to hear all about that. What was he like talking about? What was he insinuating to?
Well, he was saying that he was broke for a minute, and like he was saying that, like, you know, that fighters are known as these alpha dogs, and that when he's on this 4-fight losing streak, he like kind of realized like, wow, I'm not this alpha dog anymore. And then he was saying that like no one, like everyone basically turned their back on him and kind of was just talking shit, and like he was losing people. So he was like in this dark spot. So yeah, I was so happy that he got that win because he needed it.
He badly needed that win. I was pumped too. I was at home live tweeting for Cageside, and it was just like, fuck, come on, dude, pull something. And when he pulled it out, I shit you not, I jumped up and down. I was like, yes, the menace, let's go. He's one of like the last. He's like 35, dude. He's been there for a long ass time. And you know, just like in any sport, soon enough, we're not going to recognize. We're going to be nostalgic about the Michael Johnsons and the Michael Chiesas and all those guys. We're going to be all nostalgic about that, and you know, our kids will be onto the new Conor McGregor and shit. So that's going to be wild. Here we go. That Japanese kid was being hyped all week by my son that had no idea who he was. I like his style. He's got skills, and he's only 22. Tatsuro Taira. So yeah. He's good, and he's already starting to learn English, which we talked about like on the first episode. Whenever foreign fighters speak English, they relate to the American fans, and they already go up. It's bro. Imagine if Charles Oliveira. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
English. You know, just imagine like if he spoke like broken English, just like Vanderlei Silva. You know what I'm saying? Just like not perfect, but just enough. You know, I feel like he'd be a superstar, bro. Like he has the potential to be a Brazilian superstar. Like I feel like Jose Aldo missed the boat on that because like Jose Aldo is one of the best fighters of all time, but he like refused to learn English. Oliveira,
but Oliveira is the example I was talking about because I covered him for 274, and we had to go through the translator's a nice guy. Appreciate the hell out of that dude, but you want to hear it from the champ's mouth. So Alan Nascimento, who's his teammate, beat Jake Hadley in the prelims. No, in the first fight of the main card. And his English is clear. He's not exactly sure how to use the words yet, but he's getting there. Like Charles, man, work with your boy Alan. He teach you some shit. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Pressers are hard when they don't speak English. No disrespect, it just doesn't flow well with the translator. That's the thing. Like we do write-ups of the post-fight interviews, and you guys catch those on casesidepress.com. But when it's a translator, it's like, oh boy, okay, all right, it's gonna take a minute. First of all, and second of all, you don't know if you're getting exact translation. Like I'm fluent in Spanish, dude. Whenever you get the Mexican fighters or the Spanish speakers, and you hear the translator, dude, 99% of the time the translator misses something, and I'm sitting there going like, oh, okay, I'm gonna translate for you. Like, come on, bro. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, Ivan, what's up? And then I thought the Tank again. Tank, one of the most consistent motherfuckers on the planet. He still thinks Marty's juicing, and apparently a lot of people do. I asked around. All right, real quick, we'll get through the rest of these comments. We're going to talk about the Andrea Lee situation because that got dark. There are a bunch of good performances. Tatsuro looked dominant, hard style to match up against, 100%. Habib's commitment to learn English definitely helped with the fight promotion. 229 press conference would have been nearly as crazy if Habib didn't know how to learn English. Look, all he had to say is send me the location. That's all he needed because that was the best shit he ever said. All right, let's talk about it, man. Andrea Lee, forgetting the fight, she lost the fight. Viviana Araújo beats her by decision, ends up getting transported. You didn't get to talk to her, so that was sad. But in between rounds, Tony Kelley, who's I'm not sure if they're dating or not. I think they are, but yeah, okay. But he's her coach. Said basically, we knew this was coming. Dirty effing Brazilians. They just cheat, whatever. You guys can find that on online. And then, first of all, when you heard that clip, did you first hear about it when you were still at the Apex, or did you hear about it afterwards?
So yeah, we heard it live, and I didn't know if like the rest of how it works in the media room is we get the unblocked
the mute
things. Yeah, the mute. So we hear all of the corners, everything. We don't get the fucking dumb commercials from
commentary. Oh, okay.
Yeah. ESPN Plus. So I was like, oh fuck, I should have. First thing I was like, fuck, I should have recorded that.
Yeah.
And viral. But yeah, before my opinion, I want to hear your opinion because I'm just some fucking white dude. So I want to hear your opinion.
When I heard it, if I was Brazilian, I'd be pissed as fuck. Like, everyone wants to be like, oh, he's racist. It's like, whether it's racist or not, whatever your opinion is, he still said dirty fucking Brazilians. Like, that is, I always tell people, like, if you say something like that, or you believe something like that, which is crazy. But if you believe something like that, put yourself in their shoes. They said it about you. How pissed would you get? Like, for example, Tony Kelley, American, right? Like, anytime anyone says, fuck America, down with America, we have Middle Eastern countries and other countries that hate us and chant death to America constantly. What happens here? Americans get pissed about it, right? Like, it's the same thing. To me, it's the same thing. So, look, man, like, again, I'm not getting political, and I honestly don't care about either team. However, the last dude that was in the White House said that Mexico is sending us rapists and murderers and thieves. That pissed me the holy fuck off. Okay, that bugged the fuck out of me, and I still had no opinion on that as far as like the job goes. But as a person, I was like, fuck that guy. That's bullshit, right? That bugged the fuck out of me. And I have very thick skin. It's not easy to get to me. It really is not, and that really bothered me. So when I heard Tony Kelley saying that shit, because we heard it, right? And I was just like, did he just say what I think he just said? Because that was fucked. To me, that was a problem. And the Brazilian community already came out. I mean, I think Gilbert Burns was the first guy that tweeted at is it Adrian Yanez saying like, they're fighting. He's like, hey man, if you fuck him up, I got some extra cash for you. So like, there's a real reaction to it for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think what made it worse was like him coming out, coming and tweeting and like not owning up to it. You know what I'm saying?
Like down.
Yeah, just like own up to it. Like just like that's like the whole problem with it. It's what he said was wrong. Like it's he shouldn't have said it.
Right.
But then again, like on the flip side, it's like we're watching people fight in the cage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
it's true.
Like,
no, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like there's like a thing, but like I just don't like how he went about it. You know what I'm saying? Like he like doubled down on cancel culture, and like I get it, bro. I fucking hate cancel culture too, but like you being called out on something doesn't say like we're trying to cancel you. We're just calling you on your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what happened. And I mean, and I don't even necessarily know if he like was saying like Brazilians are dirty. I think he was saying like Vivi, I poked Andrea Lee.
Yep.
So a dirty fighter, and he just put Brazilian. So he kind of connected them, right? So I think that might be what he is. But again, the dude's kind of a scumbag, so he probably meant dirty Brazilians. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
That's the thing about it is the double down bothers me, but on top of that, it's like, dude, okay, you didn't know the camera was on you. Maybe you did know, you didn't care, but I really no. Look, if you're in there, you're coaching your fighter. I'm 100% sure you're not giving two shits about the cameras around you, right? And so he probably didn't even think about it. I don't know if that makes it worse, or it's less worse. Like he didn't know he was being listened to. Like, bro, what do you say when the cameras aren't on, bro? What's going on?
That is true. You probably use the hard R, bro.
Shit.
I just think you know, and I get he was trying to like pump up his fighter, right? Like he was trying to get her to get going. Maybe that's that's what Andrea Lee likes. She likes hearing racist, xenophobic shit to like pump her up or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's so many angles to this, and there's like so many layers to it. But in my opinion, you definitely shouldn't have said that. And then when you got called out on it, you should have just apologized. Like
that's it. Yeah.
Like, like that's just do it. Like even if you don't fucking believe what you're saying, just apologize so that people get off your back.
Not only his back, Andrea Lee's back. She's gonna have to answer for this for a while, and she's not. And this guy, Tank caught me popping pills. I have a migraine, bro, so I took a really very ibuprofen, but it is what it is. This motherfucker, what you popping? Yeah, no, look, Andrea's gonna have to answer for that shit. Not to mention her ex-husband had a nice little swastika tattoo on his arm, and now this fucking guy, it's like, all right, Andrea, we need to have a chat. What's going on here? Like, she's almost lucky she didn't win, because then you guys would have asked her about it. There's no way you don't want to ask her about it. You got to ask her about that. Like, hey, we heard your boyfriend saying some racist ass shit. Like, what's up? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And like the big thing too is like, I don't like to say like what's offensive, right? Because I'm a fucking white dude. I'm a white dude. So like, why? Like who am I to tell a whole fucking country what's offensive or not? You know what I'm saying? Or a Mexican or a black guy, like what's offensive? You know what I'm saying? So like, I try and stay out of it. But like I said, my opinion is Tony Kelley should have just apologized when he got called out on it.
He definitely needs to. Guys in the comment section, what do you guys think? Should he apologize for it? Should he not? Do you think it was wrong? Do you think was he overreacting or is the public overreacting? Because a lot of people out there, for example, like I'm probably breaking news. Well, breaking news here. We have a TikTok account that I've been fucking with, and if you go on that at Cageside President, go check it out, Alex, when you get a chance. But putting a clip on there and everything, I put that clip on there. Nothing's more disheartening than the comment sections on TikTok because it's
brutal. It's like, those motherfuckers are brutal.
Dude, the competition on TikTok is insane. You thought the YouTube comments were bad? Whoo! Like, they go, because they don't have that much space to fucking put a comment. They go for the jugular, dude. I was looking at the comments on that video, because I put the video of him saying that, and I was like, oh, Faith in Humanity lost. What is going on here? This is terrible. But anyway, we're on there. Make sure you guys hit that up on TikTok. We're at Cageside Press on literally everything. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and we're coming to Twitch. Working on that right now. So we're gonna be. You won't be able to avoid us. We're fucking everywhere. Okay, you can try to avoid us. Ain't gonna happen. All right, we're definitely going to this shit. Toast goes, Alex, let's go, Whitey, my brother. And then Ivan goes, Alex, I thought you was Mexican. Yeah, I'll give him the membership cards. It's cool. I can get you one, bro. Too late. He had his chance and he blew it. Oh, talking about the apology, yeah. Both? Okay, the overreaction on both sides. I think all white males should never comment on anything ever again. Sheesh. Hey, I get what you're saying, but it's about, to me, I don't know, it's a complicated ass issue to get into, honestly, right now. We're probably doing another like 2 hours just on that, but I get what you're saying, Tank. Marcus says apologize in my opinion. It crossed the line. It was a good fight otherwise. It was solid. I was impressed with Viviane. And I think Andrea needs to do something different. I don't know. She looks the same as she's always has, right? Like she's been fighting ever since Invicta. Looks the exact same.
I mean, she looked really good in her last two fights, and she almost knocked out Viviane in that first round. But I think it was just I think Viviane just broke her, to be honest.
All right. Yeah, no, you're probably right on that. All right, let's see other fights in the card. The tour was dope. Angela Hill, dude, is that a third or fourth loss in a row for Angela Hill?
That is.
And it's at least third or fourth. It's a 3 or 4 now. Let's just put it at that.
Third.
Third, okay.
Third, and she lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's lost 5 of her last 6.
Okay, is she exciting enough to keep her on, or are we gonna see her on that? On that that roster watch account soon?
I mean, she's exciting, and she's a fan favorite, so they'll probably keep her around. But I mean, she probably should be cut. But on the flip side, I mean, she could be the ultimate gatekeeper. Maybe, I don't know.
True. She just needs a win, honestly. If she can get a win next, it'd be like they'll keep her around. But it's hard to excuse that. It's hard to give her a pass right now with 3 in a row.
Yeah, she should fight like Cheyenne Willismus, something like that.
That'd be dope. Let's see. All right. Toast says, Tank, I've had the pinata at the Garcias in Inglewood. I get a free pass. There you go, boy. KG Lee can get the business. And then as far as he'll boot her, they might. You never know. Like, the UFC's pretty goddamn ruthless with this shit. Like, sometimes there'll be fighters that we, like, Jeremy Stevens, outside of the whiplash push that he screwed that dude's neck up for a while, Jakar Close,
Yeah.
was him. Outside of that, he's still an exciting guy, so him getting cut kind of sucked. Okay, this real quick, rest of the card, looking at it. The Ryan Spence mission was dope. We'll talk about Davey Grant here in a second. Real quick, Manuel Torres finishing Frank Camacho the way he did. The only question I have is, was that an early stoppage to you?
No, I think her being saved Frank Camacho. He would have got his lights turned out if they would have let Torres go any longer.
Yeah, because Torres was going in, dude. That was some rough shit. And so, I thought the same thing. And I tweeted out, I was like, okay, that was stoppage. And there was people coming out, are you sure? Are you sure? Yeah, because Frank didn't know what was up and what was down. He's about to get his face fucking kicked off or punched off. So, yeah, dude, you again, the ref's job, it's not an easy one. It's very hard. We've seen early and super late ones. It's really hard to get it on point. But their job is to protect the fighter. Not the fight, the fighter. So that's that. All right, and then of course Davey Grant, dude. Davey Grant and Louis Smolka. I like Louis Smolka. I like that kind of dude. That's just like, let's just fucking go. But man, Davey Grant throws bombs. He throws bombs. What was it like to be? Did you see that one, Cageside?
No.
Well,
I was back.
Right. Okay. So all right. Well, seeing that fight, a guy like Davey Grant in the first round throwing heavy shots, he got tired in the second and Lewis took over. Just couldn't finish the fight. What do you think of that whole thing?
Yeah, it was a fantastic fight. He got robbed for fight of the night. I think somebody agreed with me, Marcus. Got robbed for fight of the night. It's crazy because Davey Grant came up as a submission artist, and his last 3 wins, he's knocked out all of his people. But now you don't think of him as a fucking submission artist. You think of Davey Grant as a striker. It's crazy.
That's pretty crazy. But that's to me, it's gonna say a lot about him being pretty well rounded as his career goes on. So that was pretty cool. All right, so that was UFC Vegas 54 from the Apex and Mr. Behanon in there in person. Actually, he'll be at the next one too. We'll talk about that here at the very end. But Bellator 281 on Friday night. A lot of solid, lot of finishes on that card. Once you get past the prelims, there was TKOs and submissions and everything. But first of all, watching Lyoto Machida get his lights knocked out was the saddest shit I've seen in a while. Like, because Lyoto used to be the guy that did the knocking out. You know what I mean? Are you back or are you frozen? Oh, Alex, that Vegas Wi-Fi, bro. All right, we'll keep talking about it. And again, Bellator 281 was main evented by Logan Storley and Michael Venom Page. And that fight alone, there's a lot of controversy on it. Scott Coker himself is the kind how do I say? He called it how it is. I'm texting Alex, I'm sure he's good. Anyway, but with Storley shooting for takedowns to takedown, to me, I mean, he wasn't really like improving his position very much. But with Scott Coker coming out saying like, yeah, I think MVP should have won that fight because it he caused more damage and all that. With Storley being the wrestler, it's really hard as a judge, I would say, to here we go. Yeah. It's really hard as a judge, I would say, to gauge what takes more weight, right? Because octagon cage control isn't the top priority as far as like I forgot what the order of it is, but it's not the top priority. But Storley control with that fight went the entire time. He didn't do a lot of damage on the ground. He didn't do a lot to try and improve position to get to a finish. So I still think he won the fight, by points and everything. But MVP. I mean, come on, man. We're gonna keep seeing him against. We're tired of seeing him against cans. He gets between Lima and this guy, two guys that aren't. I mean, Lima's not a can, but Storley isn't known, like not a huge name yet, but it's a weird thing. Let me know, guys, in the comments what you guys thought about who won that fight. All right, we got Alex back. There he is. All right. It happens, man. Bellator 281. We were just talking about obviously Lyoto Machida getting knocked out was the saddest shit ever. But the biggest piece of controversy coming out of that card, Storley MVP. Scott Coker, Storley won by decision. A lot of takedowns, not much else, not really much damage, not really trying to advance position very much. But Scott Coker himself came out and said he thought MVP should have won that fight because he caused more damage than Storley did. I agree with him as far as how much damage there is, right? But if you go by the letter of the law or whatever, like Storley won that fight. Well, how do you see it? Because it's a hard thing for a judge, I'm sure, to weigh like what should matter more.
Yeah, it's tough. While I was watching it live, I thought Storley won just because of his wrestling. He wasn't doing shit, but he took down MVP, and I mean, that's like the name of the game. Like people don't like wrestling. Well, get up.
Yeah,
right? Get up.
Stop the takedown, bro. Just work.
Yeah, get up. You know what I'm saying? And so, but then then there's like the flip side where like he literally was doing nothing. He was just holding him down. But there's always there's the Joe Rogan thought where he's like, yeah, well, I like get up,
Right.
So I don't know. It's tough. So I thought Logan Storley won like 48, 47 or some shit like that. But if the decision would have went to MVP, I would have he won.
I think we would have been happier. I think we would have been happier if he won because it's like sweet the striker, but it is what it is. Tank says I hate all Judge Judy decisions in MMA. There you go. I had MVP, luckily broke even with Michael Johnson on Saturday. See, I don't bet, so I don't know anything about that, about betting. Maybe we should get Bane on here to break down the bets and everything. I know he likes to do that kind of thing. Right. If you guys don't know, Bane Davis is a very fun guy, one of our boys. All right, let's see what else. So Gregor Gillespie got. So this wasn't a thing until a certain account on Twitter put it out there. So Gregor Gillespie, that's how you say it?
Gregor Gillespie,
thank you. See, I'm just gonna go to you for all the pronunciations. So Gregor Gillespie. So Gregor, whatever. Fuck, this dude got dropped in the rankings, and it gets put out on Twitter that he got cut. And Homeboy came back with a post of his own. So what was the whole brouhaha, the whole damn thing?
Well, first of all, does it look like I have a lazy eye on this side?
Nah, not maybe. Are you high? Is that what's going on?
I'm not, bro. I just like I keep looking at myself like this. This looks like it's like drooping or some shit.
No, I think you're right. No, because when I get high, I start doing this. I'm like, yeah. That's what my wife knows. Right. She just looks at me. She's like, hey, and I'm like, just keep watching Netflix. You're okay. Anyway, yeah.
Right. So the UFC roster watch came out and said that Gregor was no longer on the roster. But it was just he was out of the rankings. And so Gregor came out and said, yeah, I'm not in the rankings anymore. I've been trying to fight people. I called out Tony Ferguson, called out RDA, blah, 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 blah. And so, all right. I thought for the longest time that, Gregor should fight up. He should fight somebody above him. Mm-hmm. But, you just – especially just because, all of the adversity he went through, right, of getting his jaw broken against Kevin Lee, that devastating knockout, and then he comes back after a layoff, beats Diego Ferreira, and then all that. So I was like, all right, he gets it. Plus he's older, so there's only a limited time of his shelf life. Then I was kind of thinking yesterday, I'm like. But if you're just going to sit there and cherry pick, right? You're just going to sit there and wait. You're going to get out of the rankings like he is right now. So you're not fucking ranked. So then now you can fight anybody. You know what I'm saying? And then there's this train of thought where yeah, you're on a 1-fight win streak, and prior to that you got knocked out by Kevin Lee.
Yeah.
So that drops your stock. So like I'm super conflicted on this because I do think he should have fought up, but like you're just you're gonna sit there on the sidelines for a year and kind of cherry pick who you want to fight, So like,
yeah, and like you said, you cherry pick like that, you're gonna you're finding yourself outside the rankings. Now you can't call anybody on the rankings because you call whoever you want on the rankings and be like, I don't see number next to your name. Oh, but I used to have one, and I'm like, that's cute. No, go fight some new guy. So now he has to fight, like you said, anybody that fucking asks for it.
And it's not like Leon Edwards was doing the same thing,
Yeah.
but bro is on a 9-fight win streak, ranked in number 4 or 3 at the time. Like it's totally fucking different.
Yeah, no, completely different situation for sure. So there's that. Other news that broke this morning, in fact, and I saw from Nolan King. Everyone knows Nolan King's a good guy. He basically had a thread. Cain Velasquez was denied bail. Again, this is the second time he's denied bail in his attempted murder case. The judge says he has a reckless disregard for human life. That couldn't be further from the truth on Cain. There's only one human being in this entire planet that should be afraid of Cain Velasquez, and it's that fucking the accused child molester. So that's just sad to see, man. Like that fucking sucks. And we had DC at 274 in the post fight. Congratulations to him, by the way. UFC Hall of Fame, new inductee, but he did talk about Cain, and even he kind of had this feeling like, yeah, he's going through his fight right now, through his journey, and just from reading body language and facial language, the demeanor, it's like he knows. It's like, man, this does not look good. It looks bad, man. What'd you think of him getting denied again?
It's tough. It's tough because it's fucking tough because you look at it like certain ways, right? Like obviously the dude, like he fucked up. He shot the wrong person. He was attempting to murder this guy, and you know what I'm saying? He was, and he shot the wrong fucking guy. Now, do I think what Cain Velasquez was doing right? Yes, I think Cain Velasquez should have said, "Fuck the gun. I'm going to beat this dude to death. Beat him to death." You know what I'm saying? But he didn't, and he chose to do what he did, and he's gonna face some jail time. There's no way he's gonna get out of this without serving some jail time, which is heartbreaking. Now, him getting bail, it's tough because like if you let him out on bail, what makes you think that he won't go try and finish
the job? Shit. Yeah. You're right.
There is that aspect to it, like he probably wouldn't, but he'd be like, well, fuck it, fuck it, I'm
gonna be in jail for 20 years anyway. Fuck, why not?
Yeah, exactly. And it happened in California, and California is very, very rough on this stuff. So, hopefully he gets a really good defender to bring up the fact that, like, he was, like, the dude he was trying to kill molested kids over 400 times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who the fuck wouldn't want to kill this dude?
Yeah, to rewind a little bit here. His defense team, actually they were pretty smart to come out with the kind of bail, I guess, requirements or whatever that they wanted to agree to. They said, we're willing to pay $1 million in bail. We're willing to do supervised house arrest, stuff like that. And honestly, from what I saw, I was like, okay, they have a shot with this, but it's gonna be difficult. And this is just from reading everything I've read, everything I've watched. What they came out was as a defense, and one of the reasons to try and get bail for him, I guess, is that they put out the possibility. They didn't say it was for sure, but said there's a possibility that Velasquez, Cain, has suffered traumatic brain injury and CTE as a result of his fighting career, wrestling, and everything. Right now, the bad part is that the judge literally didn't even bother considering that as far as bail goes, but it does set precedent for that to be a legitimate defense come trial time. So keep an eye on that, folks. When it comes to trial time, that's going to be something that's going to be talked about. The TBI, traumatic brain injury, and the CTE. They're going to be bringing in examples, football players, other MMA fighters, stuff like that. So that'll help him, I'm sure, to get at least a more lenient sentence if it should be convicted. But again, I ask you, can you think of a 12-person jury that'll say yeah, guilty as fuck, when they think like, that's a child molester unless it's the kids over 400 times?
Man, I mean, they better pick a good city
For real.
to have this fucking trial at. I mean, anyone that knows the story should definitely say not guilty. You know what I'm saying? But what's going on is he shot the wrong person, and that's what's so he's going to jail for that.
He's gonna do it, yeah. No, that's a good point.
That's what's this whole thing is like he shot the wrong fucking person.
Yeah, and the judge made a point of that. She was just like, we're not looking at this huge thing. We're looking at a very narrow thing. You shot that one dude. So, it's one of those things where like, damn, man, sucks that you missed. At least you shot the right guy.
1,000. Dude, he should not have used a fucking gun. He should have beat the fuck out of him. He should have killed. She should fucking tortured him, bro. Straight up, bro. Like,
dude, you can imagine, like, everyone's coming out and supporting Kane. By the way, like the only people coming out against Kane are the people that are that are family of that dude. But even Dana White said it. Everyone said it, but Dana White made like the point to say, "Hey, we've all said that we would do something like that in that situation." Kane went and did that shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's like he's not a coward. That man that's something you can't call that man as a coward at all.
Right.
All right. Tosa CT, the defense looks like they're going that route, and they honestly, it's probably a good bet to at least get a more lenient sentence. So we'll see. We're trying to avoid his life in prison, and you're definitely trying to avoid that 20 years as well. Hopefully, maybe a handful of years with afterwards probation and community service, shit like that. So this is when the character testimonies and all are going to come out for Kane. Which for anyone that wonders why the fuck I'm quicker to talk about this kind of shit, I studied law for quite a while, so I just couldn't be a lawyer. Yeah, there you go. Not at all related to that last name, anyway. but I did have aspirations to be an attorney for a while, and then it just didn't go down. I chose journalism instead. Graduated broadcast journalist. So there you go, folks. All right, Tosa's a question. What do you think about Junior Dos Santos fighting main event Friday in Eagle FC 47? He's playing Jorgen De Castro. First of all, maybe the best quote I've ever heard in my life. Yeah. It's something that every big boy should live by. Jorgen went ahead and said that come fight night, give you 1 more for the fat guy, 0 for the guys with the abs. Fuck those guys. I fucking die. Holy shit. I'm like, get that t-shirt. Jorgen, if you're watching, bro, please make that shirt. I will. People, there's no way you don't sell a shit ton of that shirt. That'd be dope.
I love. Jorgen's the fucking man. Eagle FC 47 has a really sneaky good card this weekend. I think Jorgen said it best. Like on paper, Junior Dos Santos should beat him 1,000%. Problem is they're both heavyweights, and they both have knockout power. And Jorgen told me he said he feels the same way that he felt before he fought Justin Tafa and before he fought Alton Meeks on the Contender Series, where he was basically just everyone thought he was going to lose. So he feels the same way. And he says that whenever people kind of doubt him, it kind of fires him up in a different way. Also, this is the second fight in a row that he's fighting as a full-time fighter, which is also good. He's been training with John Jones. So yeah, man. So it's a good fight. It's a good fight. I'm looking forward to it.
It's a perfect fight to go in and see a former UFC champion, put hands on somebody. But you never know. Jorgen's right. That anything can happen at heavyweight. You never ever know. Look at the card right now. Oh, let me see that. Oh, here it is. UFC 47 out of Miami, Florida, which they've been doing a lot of fights on there. Main event: JDS with Jorgen De Castro. Co-main event: Hector Lombard against Thiago Silva at light heavyweight. If you know anything about Hector Lombard, that's a big boy. If you know anything about Thiago Silva, that's a scary motherfucker that took police on a fucking chase and then barricaded himself and then got arrested. So just off of that, I'm gonna watch for sure. Just off of the co-main, I don't even care about the main event. I mean, Jorgen, I'm rooting for Jorgen, but that co-main event is wow. When's the last time we saw Thiago fight anybody? It's been a while.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
He last fought KSW 49 May 2019. He got decisioned. So he's been fighting in Russia. Okay. ACB last fought for the UFC in 2013. That's wow. And then went to World Series of Fighting. Wow, this guy's been everywhere. I'm surprised, honestly. He used to be a 185er, right? Am I right on that?
Yeah.
Let me see who he's fought.
Yeah.
Rashad Evans was the He was a 185er.
Okay.
Yeah, so there you go. All right. So that's this weekend. Other fights on that same card. Eagle FC. Roosevelt Roberts against Alexandre Almeida. Jason Knight is back, taking on Josinaldo Silva. Jason Knight's a bad motherfucker. Maki Pitolo, again. Douglas Usher. You're right. Definitely sneaky good card. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely good card. All right. And then we'll talk about this weekend. You'll be in the house for UFC Vegas. What's his number? Like 800? 55?
55.
Holly Holmes snuck in another fucking main event, bro. Can you believe that shit?
Yeah, who were we talking? I think we were talking to somebody. Maybe it must have been the media room, but I don't have no idea how the fuck she keeps getting main events.
Yeah,
they just keep milking that Ronda Rousey win, bro.
For real. It's weird. Like, look, Holly Holmes good and everything, but she's not. She keeps sneaking these main events in, man. It's so wild. Like, she's got the best manager ever.
I would have much rather seen Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Michelle Pereira for 5 rounds.
100%. Although Pereira get tired by the third round, he'd be done. No, that second round, he's usually done by the second round. Fuck. But anyway, yeah. UFC Vegas 55 from the UFC Apex. Holly Holm against Ketlin Vieira in the main event. Santiago Ponzinibbio against Michelle Pereira. Again, dope ass fight. Pereira is insane. Ponzinibbio is just as insane. This is gonna be a fun one. The battle of the guys with the shitty last names that I can't pronounce. I remember Dusko had a crazy knee, he had a crazy leg injury where he got hit by a car, right?
Also, he broke somebody's or tripped somebody and broke their arm. I'm definitely gonna post it this week on Twitter. So.
Oh fuck, okay. And then Poliana Biantek on Tabitha Richie, which I believe we have somebody from Cageside interviewing Richie pretty soon, so keep an eye out for that interview. What up?
That's it's the hottest fight of all time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, absolutely.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Bane make a fucking video about that shit because he's gonna be like, oh. Eric, yeah, boy, back against Park Yoon Young. That'll be solid. And then that's the main card. Oh Jesus, I'm clicking everything. Prelims: Joseph Holmes, Alan Madovsky, Jonathan Almeida against Parker. Parker Porter still fighting? Hell yeah! Another one for the big guys. Omar Morales against Euros Medic. Whatever. Vince Morales, who you just spoke to, I believe, right?
Yeah. Yep.
We're gonna Jonathan Martinez. What was your feeling after talking to him about his fight this weekend?
Yeah, he was super bummed because he was supposed to fight. If you remember, he was supposed to fight on that UFC London card against Nathaniel Wood, but he got sick and got pulled. He flew 10 hours, kind of poker face through the media day, and then 2 days before the fight, he couldn't get cleared to cut weight because he was sick. So he's super focused. He's also fighting Jonathan Martinez, who is training partners with Chris Gutierrez, and Chris Gutierrez leg kicked the shit out of Vince Morales. So he is trying to get one back from Factory X, and he's thinking that hopefully this win over Jonathan Martinez he'll try and kind of get Chris to fight him again sometime soon.
There you go. And then where's the card here? Ben Askren's youngest, Chase Hooper, taking on Felipe Corrales, and then at least Reed against Sam Hughes. So, solid card. Honestly, this last weekend, people were talking about it's thin, it's terrible, yada, yada, all this other stuff. It was a fun card. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed watching it.
This card is super thin, but there's some fun fights on it.
100%. All right, there's a few fight announcements here. You can find them at CageSidePress.com and Cageside on Instagram and Twitter. You broke this today. Actually, I've seen sites actually give you credit. So Golf clap for fucking journalistic integrity, you fucks. Look, anyone that knows, you guys know me. I watch my keyboard words and everything. I am a stickler for that kind of shit. It bugs the hell out of me when people don't credit other people. So anyway, you broke Jack Shore against Ricky Simon for a UFC event in July 16th. So apparently there's no. I'm assuming that's gonna be an Apex card.
Dude, it's crazy. Dude, so UFC London is 1 week after.
After, yeah.
And then they put Jack Shore on UFC London. It is so fucking ridiculous. Although I'm cool with it because I get to meet my guy Jack Shore live, so it's cool.
There you go. So we got that one. You broke that one, and again, big ups to all the sites that actually give you credit because usually that doesn't happen. Then broke today from AG Fight. Broke this one. Gerald Mearshart against Bruno Silva, set for August 13th. That one's further out, so it might be Apex. It might not be. Who knows? So we'll see. Chaka goes, "Let's go, Whitey, with the breaking news." They might call you Whitey for it. Yeah. Anyway, all right.
Whitey Bulger.
Yeah, there you go, Whitey Bulger. Jesus, read up on that story. That guy's fucking insane. And then another fight that got broke today. I fucking can't remember who broke it, but Drew Dober against Rafael Alves, UFC 277. Drew Dober is an exciting guy to watch. MMA Fight Universe broke that apparently. So, but Drew Dober is an exciting fucking guy to watch. So I'm definitely tuning in for that one. And then Toast beat me to it. Riddell against Jalen Turner. That is a fun fight. Like Riddell, I think he's coming off a loss. I want to say, but it was a decision. It was. I want to say it was. No, he got knocked out on his feet, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, so that was kind of sad now that I think about it. But either way, I like watching Riddell fight. Any of those guys are always fun to go with. So yeah. All right. Make sure you guys. Actually, anything else you want to touch on before we get out of here?
I think we just about touched everything.
I feel like the coffee kicked in just as we're ending the show, so it's gonna be a fun night for me. Make sure you guys hit up CagesidePress.com for all your MMA news, all of it, literally everything. You guys can see right there what's next. UFC Vegas 54 winners. Alex authored that one, so go check that out. See if you agree or disagree with him, and then tweet him at Alex B. Heenan. You can see his handles right there under his face on the screen. Then Gabriel Gonzalez talked to Joanna Jacek. Obviously, your interview with Vince Morales. Mr. Jay Anderson with the Vegas, who should be up for the losers from this last weekend. And then Danny Chavez against Ricardo Ramos booked for UFC Austin. That UFC Austin card is going to be pretty fun.
I know it is. It is. I'm thinking about going, bro.
Shit, you should go for it, bro. It was fucked up. I thought about that one, and I was like, damn, because I go to Switzerland the week after, so I'm not trying to fly back, sleep, and then fly out again. Like, I know it's not like it's a first world problems, 100%, but still, like, I'm not. I hate traveling. Yeah.
So Switzerland, bro. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, long story. But I'm doing Switzerland in June, and then family vacation in Hawaii in July. So, that'll be my traveling. That's it for till next summer or some shit. Because I don't like planes, first of all. So, it's what it is. All right. Toast says, "Good show, guys. As always, appreciate the hell out of you guys, man." Toast is going to UFC Austin. There you go. I heard it's a dope ass town, dude. So you should definitely check it out. All right, so that's gonna do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate the head of all you guys again. CagesidePress.com for everything. At Cageside on everything. I'm at Eli32. He's at Alex Behinan on Twitter. Shout out to everyone that tuned in. Toast was here. Coach McGurk was here. I saw Tank a few times. Daniel Edwards, Marcus Mustard. Welcome to the show. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Everybody hit subscribe and like if you be so kind. Logan was here for a minute. Who else did we have in the chat? Ivan was here. Can't forget that one. And everyone that tuned in, you guys are dope as fuck. You got one last one. Let's go, Whitey. There you go. Anyway, for myself, Alex, and the entire Cageside Press team, we appreciate the fuck out of you guys. Enjoy the fights this weekend. Make sure you keep it locked to CagesidePress.com and all our social medias. Alex will be there live on location and bringing you all the latest content from the Apex. So for myself, Mr. Behunan, the entire team, we love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Catch you guys next week. Good night.